Hey folks, my name's John, but my friends call me Izzy, and you can too. This is Izzy's Painting Workshop. Okay, hey folks, so this week I purchased a model for Infinity secondhand. It's the Dokkaebi hacker. He's this guy. I hope this comes in focus for you guys. He's a heavy infantry hacker guy with a pitcher. The only problem is when you get things secondhand, sometimes pieces are missing, and this week his back fin is missing, his little antenna off the back. So I'm going to try and fix that with one of these little towel antenna things that I got secondhand also. So let's see if we can't make this work. This should be a quick video, but we'll take them through. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so here's our little towel antenna, and let's get this little critter out of the bag. This is not a critter. Actually, it's a robot, so I guess it's the opposite of a critter. But as you can see, I don't know. I like his head. I like that super robot-y look. Almost like he's Aleph, but not quite. That might fit in well with the Aftermath storyline where they tried to make the AI, the Yujing tried to make their own AI. But hold on, let me get my glasses on. So, full disclosure, I also had to strip a bunch of glue off of this thing before I was able to do anything about it. Alright, so I'm going to try dry fitting it together. Good stuff. Alright, so it looks like the one arm goes on like that. The other arm, the hacking arm or whatever, goes on like that. Like that, I guess. I don't know. No, that looks too high up. I don't know. I'm for the towel thing, and it says a little bit of flash on that, and there's a little bit of a mold line. But, yeah. So, let's see if we can't. So, the towel, this thing has a lot of flash on it. It's been a long time since I've put together a GW model, so it's get some of this flash off with the nippers. All right, and so let's see the rest of this flash. All right. And all right, and all right, let's see what we can't do about that mold line. It's plastic, it just comes right off. Yeah. All right, so let's see if we can't get that a little cleaner. All right. And this bottom mold line. Let's see what I can do about this. Just clean it up. Actually, I'm going to take this nail polisher and see what we can't do about this. Oh, drop the model. Right. Okay. It seems like it's doing a good job. Oh. All right. And that bottom. Yeah, there we go. Had a girl. Had a girl. Yeah, it's still a little bit flashy. It's still a little bit. There's still a little bit of a. So you can get these at like the pharmacy or, you know, whatever big box store you shop at. They're not hard to find. That's about good. So the thing is, like, for the towel model, it's meant to be a sideways connector like that, but we need it to be more of a straightways connector like that. So what we're gonna do is cut off this bottom bit here, and we're gonna try and clip that off, just keep that neat. And actually, instead of using clippers, I'm going to use this very X-Acto knife. Are we on screen? Yeah, we're on screen. All right, so take her up to the edge like that, and straight through like that. And that looks like a clean, nice little cut. We'll just get her all softened up. And this should look pretty decent coming out the back of this thing. Yeah. All right, that dry fits. Actually, the dry fit's pretty loose. That dry fit's pretty loose, but I don't know. Maybe we shorten that up a little bit to see if we can't get it to fit a little bit better. The thing is, if it's long, you can always take more off. But if you take more off than you need, then you're kind of done. And I think I have one more of these antennas laying around if I need to fix a mess up. But I'd rather not have to if I don't have to. So for glue, we're going to use this Scotch liquid super glue, because I don't know what it is, but these this stuff just works really well. This stuff also works really well, but like, I don't the cap got tightened on or whatever, and I can't use it. But like this, got this stuff at the pharmacy, and it's great. I don't know why. Like it, no. All right. So anyway, let's see what we're doing with this. Actually, so all right. If I were to shorten this down a little bit, maybe we could get this little notch back here to fit flush with this little notch here. I don't know if you guys are seeing that. Like there's it's flat and then it's raised up a little bit. And I'm wondering if we can get this notch to get into this notch. So I don't know how much shorter I'd have to make that. Maybe take about 1 millimeter off. Let's see what we can do. All right, so just took a little bit off of there. Let's see. Not bad, not bad. Actually, that's not bad. All right, so happily this thing sits flush on its face. But, all right. Before I get this guy to sit flush on this, I might use this bit to put it into the base. Usually what I like to do is I like to drill a hole in the foot and like put it on this guy so it's easier to you know, whatever, paint, you know, that's Izzy's painting workshop. Yeah, it's nice if we paint things. see if we can't get this post a little bit further out. All right, so I get that further out. Yeah, I'll drill through this foot. So as much as this hurts me to do, I'm going to cut this off because this peg was looking nice, but I'm going to cut it off. And we'll not cut my fingers while I do this. See if I can manage that. Flat. All right. And take out our trusty drill. And I put the bit I usually use upside down so I can find it right away. Take our little pin vise. Choke up. Shaheen. Alright, so we want the drill there. Mark a little hole. There we go. I don't know if you can see that. If it's too shiny. Little pilot hole. And actually, let's choke up on this a little bit. Ooh, that's tight. Choke up on this a little bit. So the bit doesn't flex while we're trying to drill with it. All right, and oh, there we go. Now get in here. Just enough so that we can get the peg to have some purchase. How deep is that? How deep is it? Yeah, that's good enough that a peg gets purchase. This will just go in this hole like that. All right, and that way we can paint her. There we go. That'll do it. Now, all right. Let's do these arms. Let's get this ugly over. Good. All right. All right. Let's try this arm. It's supposed to be kind of up like that. All right. I think that's about how we're gonna fit her. This stuff has a nice little applicator. Just a touch. There we go. And here we go. 1, 2, 29, 30. There we go. There we go. And we're going to leave this sit for 5 minutes without any stress on it. So we'll come back to this. And then we'll try this arm. And then we'll put this doohickey on and we'll glue her to the to the peg, and we'll call that a video. We'll be back. Okay, so by now this should be dry and it's on there pretty good. I'm not gonna try ripping it off, but that's actually pretty good. And once again, y'all, hold on. And once again, y'all, with this hacker stop sign arm. Tiny little application. All right. 1, 2, 8, 29, 30. Oh, that didn't stick. That didn't stick. Okay, I guess. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So it's got to be like. It's got to be like kind of like sideways, like that. Gonna be sideways, sorta. That looks like it fits better. All right. Okay, so once again, our little dab of glue. Just a touch. All right. That's sideways like that. Right. We have this. All right. 1, 2, 29, 30. Still not getting her to stick. Alright, maybe I guess we try some accelerator. I don't like using the accelerator if I don't have to, but... touch of it. And... gotta get this right the first time. Alright, so... 1, 2, 3. Alright. And the accelerator works. Alright, but I'm still going to let that sit for 5 minutes without any stress on it, so that we can get a better bond. Don't like using accelerator because it tends to be a bit brittle when it dries, but doesn't really have much choice in this particular matter. We're still not at the main event yet, which is this guy. This guy. I think this is, let's try it. I think this is going to look cool, sticking out his back like that. Not as cool as the original. I'm not going to lie, I fell in love with this model because of the original fin sticking out of his back. I thought it was really cool looking. And I was a little heartbroken when I found out the secondhand one didn't have them. But those are the hazards of buying secondhand models. Sometimes, they're not everything they're cracked up to be. You know what this... just shorten this bit a little bit here. Shorten this down, and this will take off just fine amounts. It won't. It's a fine grit, so it won't take off a lot at once. So you can go little by little. And how are we feeling with that? Now let's try moment of truth. Hold on, clear this off a little bit so it doesn't have dust on it. Moment of truth. Let's get this, pardon my language. Alright. Right side up. Alright. 1, 2, 28, 29, 30. Alright. No, it's still a little low. No, it's alright. It doesn't look as cool as the picture for the original. I'm a little heartbroken with that. It's not as cool as the original. No, it's still a little bit. Let's put a little bit. Put a little bit more glue on there. Alright, well, I don't know. We did the best we could. It's still not as good as the original, but for sure, everybody on the table knows it's mine. It'll hold. Alright, so we'll come back to this. But, yeah, this is basically what she's looking. Stop doing that. No. It's the mother flipping DOWG. Alright, leave that for a while. It'll dry. And we'll come back to her. Probably put her on the turntable. Alright, you know what? We're actually not just going to stop at this. We're going to take. I'm not just going to stop at this because I think with a second fin that'll look cool. And we're going to try and cut a second fin out of some plasticard. Let's see. Probably about half as long as this one. So how far is that? How long is that? Alright, maybe a little bit longer. Alright. So we got 1/4 of an inch. Alright. Let's cut it sharp like that. So the thing about plasticard is once you score it, you can snap it. It's good like that. Now we clean this up. All right, so how long did we want this? We wanted it about that long. All right. This I am going to try and just cut clean so that we don't have any flat. We reduce the amount of flash we got to cut off. So like, you see how that isn't exactly squared? We gotta square that up a bit. Yeah, we gotta square this up a bit, but we got something to work with. So just take the side of the blade like you would with a mold line. All right, it looks better, but not the best. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some actual sandpaper, and we're gonna all right, that's better. Once again, y'all, on this side, cut this down with the blade first so that we've got an easier surface to cut from. All right, this is a little janky, but we'll do the best we can with it. That's looking more square, but still a little janky. All right, there we go. That's looking more, it's still kind of janky. That's less janky. All right, so that's that side once again. This has better grit on this side. All right, that's looking nice and squared. That's nice. All right, and now, so this back end is looking pretty squared. We'll get just a little bit better. There we go. It's a little sharper. And now this side. I keep ripping through. All right, so it looks like we got a squared off piece. So that's what we got to start with. And all right, you see that spinal column in the bottom? That's kind of like cutting us down here. So let's see, we cut a notch about here. Looks about where that spinal column's hitting. And cut it here. Be careful when you're cutting, don't cut your fingers. And see if we can't cut to that notch. All right. I don't know if we can see a little notch here. There we go. We're gonna get that little notch. Oh, right in there. Right in there. Beautiful. All right. Let's get it out. Let's get at her with our glue once again. Tiny little dab. Thing with crazy glue or CA glue, whatever you want to call it, less is more. All right, so 1, 2. Is this all centered? Let's make sure it lines up with the top one. Oh, it's got to get cut a little bit more. Just a touch more. How we looking now? We looking better. Okay. We want to get these. Huh, that's still wet down there. That's fun. I got these lined up. All right. A little bit of paint on that and it might be better. I like that second fin coming out better than just the single fin. Just make sure we keep these lined up together. Be a little weird if they weren't. And square that. All right. All right, so we're gonna let this dry and then call it a night for it. Hey folks, so this is the guy finished. I'm gonna put him on turntable vision at the end of this little segment with my talking head making face noises. But I think he came out okay. He'll look better with a coat of primer on him, I'm sure. But for resurrecting a model that was chunky with glue and was completely missing the back fins, I think we did okay on this guy. Sometimes when you buy models secondhand, you just kind of got to work with what you got and do the best you can. If you've stuck around this long, thank you. Please don't forget to hit the like button, and if you aren't already, hit subscribe. And if you have any comments, please do leave a comment. It helps out the channel, and I answer all comments that people leave. If I saw you on the 7th at Long Island Tabletop Gaming Expo for my class on blending, thanks for coming out for that, and I hope you had a good time. If not, then I'll probably be doing it again next year. I might be doing more teaching than I have in the past, so stay tuned for that. I'll announce that on this channel. If you want to hang out with me and other cool gamers, you can join a Facebook group called Gamer Thing. I'll leave a link to that in the description portion of this. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, and stick around for that turntable vision and a better shot of the Dokkaebi. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. Have a good night, guys. Bye.